All right, everybody, welcome to the next episode of Own Your Brand Academy. Today we got the great Mynders Glover, who has this amazing project management training and team management system that he's got going on. He's going to be giving you a little bit of advice today on how you can manage either yourself, have some in-house people trained up a little bit better, or learn how to hire somebody that can help you with your project management on this episode of Own Your Brand Academy. All right, welcome, Mynders. Great having you on, man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, Vince.
We're here at this great event here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's Funnel Hacking Live 2019. It's my favorite marketing event and one of the biggest marketing events of the year. And Mynders Glover, he's here with us also. We're part of this coaching mastermind group, and we're really excited because we're learning all kinds of great marketing stuff. Mynders is here to tell us a little bit about project management and some of the great stuff he has going on. Welcome, Mynders.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'll just jump right into it. So I have been a systems guy all of my entrepreneurial life, and I've had my own management consulting company, started up my own businesses, etc. And the common thread was setting up systems in order to have the businesses work from the outset very efficiently. And so most recently, after I sold my Amazon brands, people in the private label community there started asking me to set up the systems that I use to build my business for them.
Oh, great.
And so there were like 7 core systems, and in order to implement them, I had to show them how to do a project management system, because it was through that portal that they could do those processes.
And that's pretty intensive, right? The Amazon business, as far as managing a lot of different activities.
It is, and so what happens is, people can't scale easily because there's so many things to do, and they don't have organized processes to do it. And so that's what I developed there, and then I decided that I wanted to take it online to a broader solopreneur community, and to be able to show people how to set up their project management system in their organization, because that's the thing that allows you to run all of your projects, your tasks through this system and organize all of your people, get them on the same page so that it can be productive. And so I started down that path, and what I learned in the last year, largely through the ClickFunnels community and this coaching group, is that busy entrepreneurs with 5 or fewer employees don't have the time to focus on setting up systems, and probably they don't have the temperament, so it's like, wow, project management, sounds like a good idea, but that's for somebody else.
Right.
Kind of like doing your taxes or bookkeeping,
Right.
But it's essential for your organization. So what I did was I created a course around project management, and for the beta group that we're in now, it's called Waffle Management. And the reason for that is that Russell Brunson, head of ClickFunnels, teaches a concept of build your business with all your staff for copywriters, design,
finding all the right who's in your business, whatever the type of business you have and whatever your needs are, finding that. And I think the way he says it is like, instead of a French toast stick, you build a waffle of different who's based on the skill set that they need.
That's right, go deep and wide.
So it's deep and wide. And the management of that is what is so difficult for. So you mentioned 5 or people with 5 or less, and a lot of small businesses, or, there's solopreneurs and they're trying to find the right who's that are going to help them build their business or work in it. You're absolutely right. None of us really think, how do we don't need processes and systems. I just got to show up to work early, leave late, and trying to just wing it as we go and put out fires. I have a small agency, and the problem that I saw most was that I was just winging it. So I didn't really have any great systems, and most of my day was spent putting out fires instead of focusing on the core activities that I do best, or that I enjoy doing best, or that I can bring the most value to my customers. So it's really interesting that you said that, because I think a lot of people are in a similar situation. So I'm assuming that people with 5 or less employees are a little bit different than those with maybe 10 or 20 employees, because you're kind of forced to. But a lot of times also people just hire a random person they think will be good at managing people, And even those people don't have really good systems to implement. You're just hoping that they've had previous experience in management.
That's right. And so this can work with, any size organization, but I framed it in the smaller group because that's the group that really feels the pain, of getting started, just having a few staff members, whether hired or VAs, and, wanting to harness those resources and having a lot of projects and working, as you mentioned, late hours to get it done. So the process that I use is I have 2 tracks, one for the owner, that's minimum time investment just to understand the potential and how to hire a project manager or promote from within, and then to interface with that project manager. Then the detail work happens with the project manager. Even if they're not hired yet, we leave breadcrumbs so that they can come back and learn that that second track and come in on some group coaching.
So I had the honor of being part of this beta group, and one of the first things that I noticed that was great is that as an owner, the way I was doing things before was putting out fires, meeting with team members, spending more hours and time trying to management. In your system, it's actually kind of separates the owner from the project manager, so that the owner has only a high level view of what they need to have in order to operate on a daily basis. So it's not like they're in the details every day, or right. As I've heard Alex Sharpin, a great project and team building person, talk about, where they're like, your daily and weekly goals or task as the owner is really just going to your team and saying, do this. They go and do it, and they come back and report to you they did it, and then you have to give them a new set. Your system kind of separates that to where the owner is really just looking at a kind of dashboard. Right. And the project manager or his manager is handling the rest of that. And they're just reporting up what's going on.
Exactly. So you can still have those team meetings at whatever frequency you want, but it doesn't put the onus on those team meetings to see who's being accountable or not. The system, the project management system, and the project manager have that responsibility. And so, as you mentioned, there's like a one-page report card that the team manager, project manager, gives to the owner, so the owner knows how the team is doing on the goals that are important to him.
Oh, I love it. So if people want to learn a little bit more about this, because there's a lot more we could go into, but what I got the most out of was that it's freeing up the manager or the owner to be able to focus on the higher level activities of the business, growing the business instead of working in the business, working on it, as well as then training up a good project manager or manager so they can handle the day-to-day activities and projects that you may be working on, or just the daily task management, and then reporting up to you. What else do we need to know about the program? It gives a great dashboard. It gives the owner, it separates the owner from the task. It teaches, you actually instruct a project manager on how to do these, to be a proper project manager.
Exactly. So just 2 final things. One is the project manager typically will be hired from the program after the start, like after the second week, and however long it takes. And this is typically a $25 an hour or less person. So we're not talking a huge salary, and they start off part-time. So the course has strategies for you on how to do that, even at a net zero cost outlay, which is really, really powerful. But the thing is, once you hire the project manager, then the project manager can come back, once they implement this in your team, they can come to 4 group sessions that I have for project managers to learn how to integrate your situation with this system, and we iron out the kinks. So the way to find out more about it, I have ongoing preview webinars that tell about this program and how this whole thing fits together. So just go to wafflemanagement.com, and that'll give you all the information you need.
Okay. Thanks so much, Mynders, for being on. Go to wafflemanagement.com and learn a little bit more about project management. If you're not already understanding that, you need to start figuring out how you can separate a little bit from the detail, daily task management of your business, and get into a little bit more of just strategic level, and start getting back to what you really love to do rather than working in your business with the tactical. Thanks for this episode of joining us for this episode of Own Your Brand Academy. Thank you, Mynders, for being it.
Thank you so much, Vince.
And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.